As always, before the next generation of consoles launch, the internet is full of leaked Amazon retail prices and rumors regarding both the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. I have heard all sorts of numbers for both consoles and even for the Xbox Series S, aka Lockhart, which is a console we don't have official confirmation from Microsoft that actually exists. On today's episode, we'll dissect the rumors to establish, should you believe them? Happy Tuesday, June 23rd, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of ScreenPlayers News. The 9th generation of consoles is upon us. Both Microsoft and Sony have shown us a great deal about the new generation consoles, and marketing is in full swing for both. However, there still are two tiny details that both companies have not disclosed yet: price and release date. But before we get into it, let me remind you, ladies and gentlemen, to subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell down below for the best independent news and insights on PlayStation and Xbox. Sony has presented the whole lineup of its next generation consoles, as well as some accessories, a few weeks ago at the Future of Gaming event. Whereas Microsoft, despite showing us a lot about the Series X, including the inside of the console, has not yet confirmed if there is another console in the works or any other accessories, aside from those storage expansion memory cards. So, what's up in the Xbox world? Well, we're still waiting for that big July event in which they will showcase first-party titles. You know, Halo Infinite, Hellblade 2, and whatever the initiative has been working on. By the way, a lot of people in the media were claiming that the event was cancelled and delayed. That's not true. Microsoft confirmed the event is going ahead as planned. Let's get straight to the point though: pricing. Rumors have been going on for ages, at least a year at this point, of a second, less powerful and cheaper machine in the works, codenamed Lockhart. If this is true, in all likelihood, this second machine will be called Xbox Series S. Speculation so far stated that the Series S will be able to output 4 teraflops of compute performance, and technically speaking, that is less than the 6 teraflops Xbox One X is capable of today. The big difference is that Lockhart still shares the same AMD custom-made parts controlling the heart of the console as the Series X, which can output 12 teraflops. So at this point, let's read all together what Eastman, who's been accurate about Xbox rumors in the past, has stated on Beyond 3D forums about pricing for both consoles. Last I heard, Lockhart be half the price of the Xbox Series X. And last I heard, Microsoft were prepared for a $400 Xbox Series X. I'm not sure what the final price will be. I think if Sony is 500, 600, Microsoft may try to go in at 200, 400 or 500. But we will see. So Eastman is saying that the Series X will cost the same as a One X, $400. And Lockhart would cost half the price of Series X, which means it would be cheaper than what the Xbox One S retails, albeit at full price, literally right now. Before we analyze these numbers, let's have a look at the PlayStation 5 rumors, and then I will give you my final thoughts and predictions. Everyone out there is trying to guesstimate how much the console will be, and I'm seeing a lot of crazy figures thrown around in the web. Let's start with what I believe to be too high. There have been rumors suggesting that the PlayStation 5 will be $600, but I completely agree with Albert Pinello, which is an Xbox former executive that recently tweeted, "I believe in the saying never say never, but I gotta say never. No way this console is over $499. Let's go back in time. Do you remember what happened when Sony priced their PlayStation 3 at $600? Yes, it was a rocky start, that generation for them. I understand the counter-argument that considering inflation, $600 at the time would have roughly felt like $800 today. And I still believe $600 to be a no-no for both Sony and Microsoft, especially taking into account a post-pandemic economic recession. Come on, the PlayStation 4 launched at $399. If the PlayStation 5 launches at $600, that's a $200 jump. Interestingly, about a week ago, several sources reported that Amazon France leaked the price of the PlayStation 5 in Europe. €499 for the base console and €399 for the discless all-digital edition, and both consoles would launch on 20th of November 2020. Now, these figures do not shock me at all. I actually find them very believable. But here's where my issue is. We are calling leaked information what essentially is just a rumor. Amazon France did not leak a single thing. No one knows the price and the release day. Not even wholesalers do. Actually, I stand corrected. There is one person that does have access to that kind of information, and that person's name is Jim Ryan. For those of you who do not know him, the CEO and president of Sony Interactive Entertainment. Although the Amazon leak is as fake as a hooker's smile, as I said a moment ago, I think that those numbers are roughly in the right ballpark. And let me give you my final predictions for both consoles. Big disclaimer, I could, like everybody else, be wrong. I think the PlayStation 5 base edition, the one with the optical disc drive, will retail at $500 and also in euros, and $450 in Great British pounds. The digital edition, in my opinion, will only cost $50 less than the base edition. So $450 in euros and 400 Great British pounds. Talking about Microsoft, we already know directly from Phil Spencer, who is the executive vice president at gaming at Microsoft, that they will stay agile on pricing. This to me implies that at worst they will try to match, and at best they will try to go even slightly lower than Sony's prices. In theory, this rules out the Xbox Series X being more expensive than the PlayStation 5. So if the PS5 prices were confirmed at $500 and $450, I would expect the Xbox Series X to cost at least like the PlayStation 5 base edition. Microsoft could decide to go lower and match the price of the PlayStation 5 digital edition, so from my predictions, $450, they have big pockets, and in the end, they need to try and gain some market share against Sony. I'm also 100% convinced that the Series X will be offered with the Xbox All Access bundle. If the formula stays the same as for their current gen console, then this bundle will include the Xbox Series X, Game Pass and Gold, where they let you spread the cost for 24 months at 0% interest. This would be a great deal. Worst case scenario, I will anyway expect Microsoft to bundle up the Xbox Series X with a free month of Game Pass. If Lockhart exists and the specs are confirmed, so considerably less powerful than the Series X and both versions of the PlayStation 5, Microsoft will have to go lower than the PlayStation 5 digital edition. I would probably think $300 in euros and £250. Here's the kicker for me. We know that Microsoft will still support Xbox One S and One X by releasing all of their first-party titles on those consoles as well for their first or even 2 years into next generation. I really struggle to see how Lockhart, at those rumored specs, would fit into the picture. If the Series S truly is a less powerful machine, then I would expect Microsoft to actually launch it a year after the Xbox Series X. This would give One X and One S owners a cheaper alternative into next generation right before Microsoft discontinues their consoles. Sony and Microsoft could throw a wrench in my thought process by choosing to lower their prices a little bit more and letting revenue from PSN and Xbox Live subsidize their next-gen consoles. Both companies make a lot of money with software sales and, most importantly, subscription services, but I still don't believe that we will see the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X retailing for less than $450 or £400. I wonder if Lockhart turned out to be the same as the PlayStation 5 digital edition, so basically a Series X minus the optical disc drive, what would happen then? Well, July is not too far, and if Lockhart exists, we might have a sneak peek at the event. One last thing. There are auctions on eBay from folks selling the pre-order for the PlayStation 5 for over £1,000 in the UK, and I know it's the same in the United States. Guys and girls, pre-orders don't exist at the moment. And if you check with reputable sellers, they will only offer to keep you notified for when they have more information. These eBay sellers do not have a pre-order whatsoever. They're just taking your money to go out and queue at the shops the day the console launches and then reselling it to you are triple or double the retail price. Do not give them your money. Seriously, it's not worth it. And wrapping this whole thing up, as usual, ladies and gentlemen, what's your take? Which console attracts you the most and why? And if the rumors about Lockhart were true and the specs confirmed, would you buy it? We will be live every Tuesday now on Twitch at 6 p.m. UK with the ScreenPlayers Live podcast. See you then and happy gaming!